exchange for the minister's release. This administration, along with our allies throughout the WA, steadfastly refuse to submit to blackmail. We will continue to explore avenues of diplomatic negotiation.
In just a few short months, NRC forces have once again begun to encroach on Cairo, pushing for control of the region's dwindling resources. With the capture of Minister Saeed, a well-known and well-respected member of the Winslow Accord CENTCOM, fears are now growing that this situation will once again lead to an escalation in hostilities. The WA have denied sending troops to the region, stating that they are still seeking a diplomatic solution to the standoff.
Spokesperson refused to give any official confirmation. It's widely rumored that the operation was a joint effort between... With the minister now reported to be alive and well at an undisclosed location, the attention is turned on what his release may mean for the future. Certainly, many are hoping that the minister may now be able to rally greater support for the Egyptian army and the people suffering the brunt of the NRC's aggression. There's no doubt that the nature of the battlefield and the entire nature of war itself has shifted and changed with each and every development in technology. The increasing prevalence of drones and combat robots has significantly reduced the reliance on human infantry. The development of directed energy air defenses has effectively neutralized the very concept of air superiority. Ironically, however, these are the very technologies that have once again placed the emphasis on highly trained human soldiers, soldiers who have the intellect and cognitive ability to outthink any automated defense system.
While it is true that the committee's findings fail to point to a definitive cause of the accident, I am not here to comment on conspiracy theories and rumors of corporate negligence or industrial espionage. Though the cause of the disaster may never be known, we must honor the memory of all those who perished or suffered in the aftermath of this terrible tragedy.
One of the key problems we face when trying to study the Singapore disaster is that very little is known about exactly what was released into the atmosphere. In the chaos of the failed evacuation attempts, the building of the quarantine zone wall, the havoc wrought by the annual superstorms, the rise of criminal organizations, these factors prevented any independent analysis of the site. What we do know for sure is that the release of a cocktail of chemical toxins caused the deaths of over 300,000 people, a toll that would have doubtless been higher had the prevailing winds been pushing inland.
On the anniversary of the disaster which left 300,000 dead, authorities are still under attack for not doing enough to help the people of Singapore. Despite the many efforts to regain control of the quarantine zone, the area remains a largely lawless, no-go area to this day. The emergence of criminal factions, whose rise went largely uncontested, means that the region has become an unlikely ally of the CDP, serving as a port hub for illegal arms smuggling to its many allies. In light of today's revelations, there is little doubt this information has been deeply damaging to our strategic operations, exposing many of our troops to attack from enemy forces. We are coordinating closely with our allies in order to provide tactical support where needed. The scale of these intelligence leaks is utterly unprecedented. Hundreds of thousands of classified documents detailing Winslow Accord operations, not just in Singapore, but across the globe. It's going to take a long time and a lot of reading before we can accurately absorb the sheer volume of information presented to us. Information leaked to our enemies regarding specific details of our allies' military forces. This much is undeniable. However, the allegations being made by the CDP at this time are being treated with some skepticism. The inflammatory accusations may well prove to be part of a large-scale propaganda exercise designed to undermine the confidence of the Winslow Accord's member states. I ask the members of the media refrain from reprinting such materials until such time as we've been able to establish the truth. We have no further comment to make at this time. While we do not know the source of the leaks or even their agendas, it has been confirmed that they originated from Singapore, a location long thought to be of little strategic interest to the WA. As I said before, we have no further comment to make at this time.
It's hard to imagine how classified documents managed to be released on such a large scale, given the countless encryption and security measures that must surely have been in place. The suggestion that the disaster in Singapore was a direct result of illegal CIA experiments reopens the discussion as to exactly what was released over the city on that fateful day. Certainly, various Russian scientists have gone on record to suggest that a number of chemical agents long since outlawed by the WA were detected in the atmosphere.
The actions perpetrated in Cairo represent an attack on our alliance. An attack that cannot go unanswered. We are currently evaluating all of our options for how best to support our allies in the Egyptian army. At this time, those options do not include sending our troops to the region. Ground forces continue to build up around the city as the CDP-backed Nile River Coalition strengthens their grip on the region. Already suffering under the weight of overpopulation and ever-dwindling resources in the face of severe drought, it appears Cairo is on the brink of collapse. Yesterday saw some of the worst fighting in the history of the conflict. Ramses Station, one of the last remaining strongholds for the Egyptian army, was subjected to a large ground assault by NRC forces. While Allied forces successfully defended the perimeter, it is believed that a small group of enemy soldiers managed to infiltrate the station itself and disable the dead systems. The outcome was perhaps inevitable. It appears that the NRC may have finally established dominance over Cairo.
There's a long history of links between the CIA and unorthodox military operations. There is every reason to believe the claims that there may be further revelations regarding the precise nature of Project Corvus.
In coordination with the CIA, we have positive identifications on the people responsible for the chain of events that allowed our enemies to exploit our allies' weaknesses and has led to so much bloodshed. At this moment, we are coordinating with the Egyptian army to ensure that these traitors are brought to justice and answered for their crimes.
Having personally read over many of the documents released, particularly those detailing the nature of the experiments, I find myself conflicted. The use of human experimentation in the field of medical research has a long and disturbing history. Dr. Salim's research involved a large number of involuntary test subjects. So, in terms of ethics, in terms of being a human being, that's not something I could be complicit to.
I think he'll do the right thing.
Today, we received a call from the embassy advising us to remain inside our hotel. It quickly became evident why. Even from here, we can discern the sounds of gunfire.
Today, we pledge our support for the people of Egypt. Their bravery in the face of NRC oppression stands as an example to us all.